life. We can't predict the future. We don't know where we're going to end up.
Exactly.
And I grew up in Louisiana. I never knew I'd end up in Miami, right in South Florida. But, coming into this role, when I started, I saw a path for myself, a vision. I wanted to run my own business. I wanted to be financially independent, and I wanted a family. I wanted all three of those things, and I didn't want to compromise one for the other.
Right.
I didn't know how I was going to do it. I had no idea how I was going to get there, but I knew that that's what I wanted. And, and I learned, like, you want something bad enough, you'll figure out a way to make it happen.
Right.
It's not always like the way you visualize it, but you figure it out, right? So opportunities present themselves. And I think that inspired a lot of women because, they were, trying to figure out, how do I balance the time running a business, making decisions all day, and still being a mother?
Those are the perks.
Sacrifice your time, right?
Exactly.
And I was putting a lot of effort and time into my work, but I didn't want to not see my son and be around him. And obviously as a mom, it's one of probably the most important job that I have. And I wanted it to be. And so I think just combining the two was my creative way of figuring out how to make it happen. You know what I mean?
Right. But that's the best part about this type of company, is that you could have your children there. Because I remember I used to bring my children to the meeting from 6 to 8 o'clock. We used to have like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I even have pictures sitting over there with one of my kids, and my kids are there. And it's an incredible feeling, because then the children are like, hey mom, like, why are you guys here? You're at a bar. And I was like, well
team night. You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
And that's actually one of the best ways, because I was explaining to my kids, I was like, listen, this is not like where you just get together and just drink. This is where you connect.
Right.
This is where you get to know one another. And there are no companies like that, because I remember working for another company after I left this one because of my personal reasons. And I was like, oh my God, there's no connection. There's no mentoring. Nobody cares about your existence. They just want you to do the sales. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense at all.